How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Bolt Banter. It's your boy Curtis again, and Kendrick is here as well. Kendrick, how's it going?
What's up, guys? We are 1 week away from the NFL draft. The future of the Chargers is almost upon us.
1 week away. We're 8 days away. Um, Less than 8 days, technically, if you want to be extremely accurate. And we're getting down to the nitty-gritty final days of the draft. And breaking news today, as everyone heard, Eagles traded for the second-round pick and got the Browns' second-round pick. So now Eagles are at number 2.
Second
And
overall.
second overall. It's looking like a
Second overall
quarterback
pick.
to quarterback back-to-back pick going on there, which makes things interesting for us. Now, with this trade, Mel Kiper is saying we're getting Tunzel. A lot of analysts from CBS Sports, majority, are saying we're getting Tunzel. Same at NFL Network, say we're getting Tunzel or Ramsey. And then Chris Rawling from Bleacher Report says we're getting Ramsey. Now, the tides have turned in terms of where people are set on who we're getting. A lot of people are saying Tunzel now. And Kendrick, I know you and I have kind of stuck with one guy or two guys, but now it's more so one guy. Who are we getting in the draft?
We are drafting DeForest Buckner. I've been adamant about this. Everyone loves to say, oh, Tunzel is so great. Tunzel is awesome. Jalen Ramsey is so great. Jalen Ramsey is the most athletic player in this draft. But DeForest Buckner is the best guy for the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
When we talked about the Eagles almost traded with the Chargers today for the third pick. A lot of people haven't been talking about that. They had a deal on the table, and the Browns were like, hey, we'll take this a little bit more, and the Browns made that move. If they had made that move, the Chargers still would have got DeForest Buckner, and that's why I still think he's the guy. We're going to really entertain Jalen Ramsey. He's super athletic. But if you plug in DeForest Buckner with our defense and the things we could get later in the draft, which I'm going to talk about, DeForest Buckner is going to be big time for this team.
Yep. And for a little bit, I was a little tossed or torn between Ramsey and Buckner just today when I was thinking about it more. But I think we are going to get Buckner. But if we do forever, whatever reason, get Ramsey, it will not be a bad thing. But like we've said again and again, Buckner just fills the hole that we have right now. You know, he's a spot that we need big help in. And as much as Ramsey might change the secondary and help improve the secondary, we need a guy on the defensive line. And a guy like Buckner is the guy that we need. And a lot of people have jumped to the conclusion that we're going to get Tunzel right away. And it's very, very echoing, I guess, is what you would call it, echoing from all the analysts that are also jumping on the Tunzel train. And Kendrick and I have both not been so much on the Tunzel train for this time.
I will say right now,
Go for
if
it.
Telesco goes out there and drafts Larry Tunzel, I will start the Chargers draft grade as an F. Because while he's a great offensive tackle, and you want to talk about a great fit, he's not a great fit for us right now. He's not the need right now. Offensive tackle is maybe our fourth need for this team.
Yep.
If you go and draft Larry Tunzel, you better have a plan for what's going to go forward, thinking you're going to get talent that can fill defensive end and safety, all those other holes, and you can get those talents first.
Mm-hmm.
No way. If he gets Larry Tunzel, I'll be so angry.
And don't get us wrong. Laramie Tunzel is a very talented tackle. But
he's going to be great for the Baltimore Ravens. He's going to be a great fit for the Baltimore Ravens.
Wherever he ends up, he's going to be wonderful. But if you look at our plan, if you will, or the way that Telesco spent money in terms of certain O-linemen he's kept and that kind of thing, like Dunlap, and restructured his contract in Barksdale, and certain guards that we have that can swing out and play tackle as well, it just doesn't make the most sense in terms of from a GM standpoint with money to sign him or draft Tunzel. That being said, position breakdown. Kendrick, what are the top 3 positions the Chargers need in this draft?
Well, I think you're talking about defensive end, and then you're talking about safety, and then you're talking about offensive line. I think that the way that I have the draft breaking down for me personally, if we draft DeForest Buckner, And I think you go and get Carl Joseph, safety out of West Virginia in the second round. I think you fill that safety need. If we took Jalen Ramsey, you got 3 guys there. You got Emmanuel Ogbah in Oklahoma State, who could go in the first round, Kevin Dodd from Clemson, and then Robert Kimdichie from Ole Miss. If one of those 3 guys is available, if we took Jalen Ramsey, then you fill out the defensive line. And then I think later in the third round, you can fill out offensive tackle need if we really need it, if people are really clamoring for it. With Raven Clark, offensive tackle at Texas Tech, which I've talked about Clark. I really like his ability. I really like what we could do with him in offensive tackle. If we take a defensive tackle, we could take Malik Collins out of Nebraska in the third round. I think defensive tackle is a spot that we could fill up too. I don't think you're just going to do it with just Mebane in there, with just maybe Reyes, if Reyes is still there. But we could use another young guy in there, defensive tackle. I think that flips with it, but I think you have to have some kind of needed offense. I think if you start filling those needs, I've talked about, I think we need one more receiver. I think we need a slot receiver. Maybe we pick that up in the 4th or 5th round. I was an advocate of Corey Coleman before he started rising. Now we're talking about him going to the Houston Texans in the first round. But I think it's back on track. Defensive and safety, fill those 2, and see what you can get on offensive tackle, defensive tackle later on in the draft.
Yep, I'm with you on that. I think first 2 rounds, in my opinion, should hopefully be defensive end and safety, whether it's Buckner, then to be named safety, or whether it's Ramsey and to be named defensive end. O-line, I think you could definitely throw some young guys in there. Some people have spent a lot of time focusing on center. I think center may be a position that we draft, and maybe some other O-linemen. And I definitely think you're right in terms of bulking up the D-line as well. But, it's going to be a fun draft to watch. I'm loving what Telesco's done so far in this offseason, and I'm excited to see what he has for us come draft day, or draft a weekend, if you will. It's going to be exciting to watch. And with that, there's still a little bit more clamor about the Chargers trading their 3rd pick. Kendrick, are we keeping the pick, or are we trading it away?
You're keeping it. If you were going to trade it, you would trade it to the Eagles today. I don't think there's anyone else trading up. Why are you trading up? You really want to trade it for Tunzel? No. You really want to trade it for Ramsey? I don't see it.
Unless, I think we'll keep it until draft day. Maybe someone presents us with a very favorable trade just so they can get Tunzel. That would be great. It would make sense on our part in terms of what positions we need to fill. But I think right now we're keeping it till next week. And I think that's all we really have today for everyone. So question for everyone in the comment section is, who do you think the Chargers will draft now that another big trade has gone on? Kind of moving around the order. We have the Eagles now at 2 and the Rams at 1. Who will the Chargers draft? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like our video, and please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And please check out our Patreon account. It's a website where you can support Bolt Banter and help us create better content for you guys. Also follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. We are on SoundCloud and iTunes if you want to listen to us just through your headphones. And that's all I have today, Kendrick. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, man. If you're going to be watching the draft, come party with us on Twitter and Facebook. Maybe we'll do a little bit of live stream. Stay tuned for that. But definitely watch for what we're talking about, Twitter and Facebook, for our live reaction.
Yeah, it's going down next week. I'm excited. All right, guys. Thanks for watching again, and we'll see you next time.